Hi everyone, I'm Gary and I'm a Sephora Collection makeup artist, and with me today I have Akila, who is actually a team member here at the studio.
I'm super excited to be here.
And I'm really excited to have you with me. And today we're going to be discussing how to do winter blush. And what that's all about really is how do you bring color back to your face in those cold winter months? So let's jump right into it. The first step that we're going to use to put together our winter blush look is going to be a bronzer step to carve out the cheek. And we're going to be using the Sephora Collection Contour Blush Spice Market Blush Palette. So we're going to utilize this dark matte brown tone that's going to be in the top left corner. Just going to take a little bit on the tip of your brush. I'm going to be using the number 59. And you're going to start right at that contour, just bringing it forward ever so lightly. The entire look is going to be about the blush, so we want to make sure that the bronzer is just a strong supporting character. There you go, sweeping it forward. All right, I'm going to have you turn to me a little bit. Tip off that excess because we don't want too much bronze. And sweep it forward on that side as well. So as you can see, with the bronzer defining her cheekbones, there brings a better base for the next step, which is going to be the blush. Going into the same palette that we had used from Sephora Collection, we're going to pick up some color from this deep berry shade that's on the bottom right. So you're just going to put a little bit on the number 79 brush, which is a little bit more dense than the 59, so it'll pack more color on. And since the blush is going to be our star, it's very important to have more color. You're going to start right at the hairline, patting in that blush, and then you're going to slowly bring it in directly above where we bronzed. Really make sure that as you're patting, you're also kind of fluffing in more of like an upward motion. This way you're going to get that wonderful gradients of color. This berry tone is looking wonderful against your complexion.
I love it. I tend to go for this color naturally, so it's great that this palette has it all in one.
Yeah, it's like your one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Whenever you turn my way. All right, same thing on this side, really starting at that hairline. Pushing it down. Make sure you tap out the excess though, because even though we want good amount of color, we don't want too much color where it overtakes her face shape. And we're just going to blend up near the temple a little more because you really want that blush to have a nice natural finish at the temple and not be too harsh. So you just take this back and forth sweeping motion, really applying a little extra pressure with no excess product on the brush. Now that you have your deeper blush tone toward your temple and pulling forward, you're going to go in with a more vibrant tone, which in the same blush palette is going to be directly above. And this we're going to put more toward the apple of the cheek and we're going to push it back. So we're going to dip into this color, and when you're applying this, because it's going to go on the apple of the cheek, you want to stay about 2 fingers away from the edge of the nose. So this way it looks like a nice flush and not like any excess redness from the cold out in the winter. You're going to tap just a little bit and really just push it back into the other blush color. I like to use a tapping motion because it makes it look more flawless and a little lighter like a natural flush. And kind of a circular motion. And these berry tones are going to be perfect for Akila. But if you're trying to find your perfect blush color, an old tip and trick I like to use is just flipping out your lower lip and taking a look at the natural color that's there for you. If it's more peach, take a look at a peachy tone. If it is a little bit deeper, there's definitely going to be something in a palette like this one that is going to match your tone. Really make sure we flush that out nicely. And this will create dimension in the cheek instead of just using one blush color.
I love that tip because a lot of my friends actually ask what blush colors would look good on them, and it's kind of hard to give advice because everyone's skin tone is so different. So that's kind of great that you can really look to yourself to see what colors will look good on you.
Now that we've applied both blush shades, which are really the stars of this look, we're going to tie everything together with our last supporting character, which is going to be our highlighter, and we're going to use the Sephora Collection Golden Hour Luminizing Powder in High Noon. So we're going to dip in with this number 98 brush, very lightly, because remember, this is all about the blush. And then you're going to go right on the tops of the cheeks where that blush ends, and just lightly sweep along the edges of that blush. And you want to definitely get a highlighter color that's going to be a little bit more natural and not so much of a stick out because we don't want to make the highlighter the star.
Why do you like using this brush specifically for highlighting.
Yeah, so for this look, the reason I love using this brush is because it's nice and fluffy, so that way when the highlight goes on, it's going to be a little bit more subtle. It's not going to be that kind of strobing highlight look that we've been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's all that it takes to achieve this perfect winter blush look. How do you feel, Akila?
I love it. I didn't know that you could layer blush, so it's really exciting that I can use this in my routine going forward.
Yes! Thank you all out there for watching, and please make sure to comment below with your favorite blush color. Bye, have a great day!